Welcome back to part 3 of our Utah adventure. It has been our mission from the beginning of this trip to explore the wonderful state of Utah in our four-wheel drive vehicles in order to experience more of the remote and wild places off the beaten track. So far, we have covered 2,100 kilometers or 1,300 miles through western Canada, Montana, Idaho, and now Utah. This morning we're finding ourselves along the epic shores of Lake Powell.
Good morning, everybody. We got in late last night. We're camped on Lake Powell here in Utah. It was a bit of a rough night last night. I started experiencing some symptoms of heat exhaustion, some nausea, general weakness, just loss of appetite, overall just feeling pretty crappy. So we're taking it easy this morning, kind of trying to stay out of the sun because it is super hot out here. And if you're not careful, it could become dangerous to your health. So the plan today, I think we're gonna head down to the water, maybe take a swim, and then maybe there's a giant rock over here that you can actually drive to. And most of the time, it's actually surrounded by water. This would all be covered in water, a couple hundred feet deep. But Utah is experiencing a drought right now, so there's not much water. So we can actually go drive over to this rock, kind of drive around on the lake bed here, and then later this evening, we're going to start making our way to Moab, Utah, and then from there spend a couple days in Moab and do some wheeling. So that'll be fun.
Allison and I split off from the group to go and explore the surrounding area of Lone Rock. The environment seems to be very dry and hot, so the thought of us getting caught up in the mud seems to have slipped our minds. At first, things don't seem that bad. After all, it's just a small creek crossing, right? But the more we dig, the more it becomes apparent that Utah wants to teach us new guys a thing or two about mud. It quickly becomes apparent that being stuck out here alone, several kilometers from camp in the blazing heat, is not a situation we want to be in for long. Our minds switch to recovery mode as max tracks are deployed under our tires for added traction. But this Utah mud has a different idea for our troopy, and we soon find ourselves in the position of being unable to self-recover. We use time-tested methods of digging and lowering tire pressures to combat the mud, but nothing seems to be working. Thankfully, we still have cell service and call in a helping hand from our friends Mike and Anthony. What originally seemed like a small and insignificant creek crossing has now created a full-fledged recovery operation between two vehicles. One of the primary concerns for this recovery is if Mike's Jeep will be heavy enough to pull the troopy without just being pulled in closer himself. Our fears become a reality as the Jeep is unable to pull the weight of the stuck cruiser. We attempt to reset the Jeep, placing it higher on the hill. In theory, this should change the angle of the winch line to be pulling up and out rather than just straight back. Freedom has never felt so good. When you come together as a group, you can accomplish amazing things. We learned a lot about ourselves and our equipment during this recovery. I don't think I'll ever look at a small creek crossing quite the same.
So we're about to go visit a kind of a special place. If you've ever seen the movie Forrest Gump, when he's walking through Monument Valley, we are just coming up to that road right now. So we weren't really exactly planning on it, but I kind of remembered that Monument Valley was around this area somewhere, so we looked it up and we're actually quite close. And now we'll be there in the next few minutes. So just like an iconic movie location if you've ever seen that movie. We're gonna go check it out, take a few photos, take some video, and look out at that amazing view. We're just making our way through Monument Valley here. It's gorgeous, but we're racing the sun a little bit. The sun is just setting over to my left, behind Allison. We're trying to make it there before the sun completely sets, so we can get some cool photos, maybe recreate that Forrest Gump photo. But like I said, we're kind of racing the sun here. We're racing the lights, so we gotta get there quick. Well, we made it to the famous Monument Valley spot of the movie. We got here before light. We were afraid it was going to be dark by the time we got here, but thankfully there's just enough light to get some video and some photo. But yeah, super cool to be here.
That night, we make the push to Moab and agree to rent a motel for the night. A good reset on the vehicles and a solid night's rest will be needed for the strenuous trails ahead. And a shower also wouldn't hurt.
And yeah, I got a squeaky here too. Lube it all up.
The next morning after breakfast, maintenance checks are complete, gear is repacked, and childhood dreams of wheeling red slick rock are about to come true.
Now the real question is how many of us were snoring last night? What?
Me, definitely.
Just you?
Let's go wheeling.
First on our list of trails to tackle in Moab is none other than Shafer Trail. Shafer's is not known for its technical wheeling, but apparently where it lacks in off-road obstacles, it should make up for with scenic views. I guess we'll just have to go see for ourselves.
All the way back to Moab and back, but apparently from here it says you can canyon. There's a Jeep right there coming. And then
How you doing?
Good, you?
Not?
Yeah.
Hey, this is a warm one.
One of the most prominent points of interest on Shafer Trail are the potash ponds. Using a series of evaporation pools, potassium chloride, also known as potash, is extracted and used in the manufacturing of products such as fertilizers, detergents, and some medications. The vibrant colors come from dye, which is added to help absorb sunlight and heat. During the evaporation process, colors change from blue to yellow to pink and orange. After 300 days, evaporation and crystallization is complete, and the potassium chloride can be extracted for product use.
Me? Oh yeah.
Oh.
If I had a parachute right now, I'd be so hard now.
What are you thinking right now?
That I'm scared.
Are you scared of heights?
Yeah. Ready? That's as far as I'll go.
You want to let these guys go at some point? Hope you're not scared of heights. The exit of Shafer Trail demands altitude gain as you weave your way up narrow switchbacks for several kilometers. Don't look down till you're at the top. The next place on our list is the infamous Top of the World Trail. Our research on this trail rates it in the top 10 hardest trails in Moab. The article we read strongly recommends 35s and lockers. We have neither. But what we do have is the strong will to explore. The idea is crafted to attempt the trail, but to turn back if things get too hairy. Just airing down now for Top of the World. We're a little nervous to take the trail whale, but I think it'll be all right. We'll see. I'm not opposed to turning around, but I've always wanted to see this trail, so we're gonna go check it out. There's no lockers in this thing, open front and rear differentials. All we got is four-wheel drive, so let's see how far we can get.
from back there just jumping the thing.
It's not long after leaving the comfort and safety of the blacktop before technical obstacles begin to present themselves. We may be in for a wild ride.
If you want to try this way, I can guide you to this way. Remember, you got lots of room. Yeah. So. Yeah. Okay. That's it. Yeah. A little bit this way. Great. Yeah. Good, good, good. Good, good, this way. So we got some diff fluid dripping out of the left tube, the left side, probably from the inner axle seal. It has aftermarket outer axle seals as well as inners, just so I didn't get debris and stuff in the axle tube and whatever. But I'm guessing it's the inner axle seal, but I'm also guessing it has a lot to do with the heat and the hangulation of the axle and stuff.
Yeah.
We'll have to reassess.
Yeah. How much is it dripping right now?
Not a whole lot, just a little bit, and only when it's like
Only when it's flexed out? Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not worried about it. And then we found a bunch of fishing line on my right rear axle, just wrapped around. I'm sure that's from a different state.
Like from the highway or something?
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of fishing out here, so it's probably from the highway. When we get to the top, well, when we get to wherever we're gonna get to here, we'll crack that fill plug and make sure she's topped up and just keep an eye on it. But I bet with our northerly driving direction now, it probably will subside. I bet it's got a lot to do with the heat.
Yeah.
But we'll keep an eye on it, keep the diff fluid topped up, and that's all we can really do.
Everyone cool down with our hose system here.
When you mix like 5 different sunscreens together, it actually makes a really good smell.
I feel like I'm a Hawaiian right now
yeah,
with
like I've
my
got so many
sunscreen.
different sunscreens on.
It's a good workout.
I think you're good on the
Kids, you don't have to go to the gym. You just buy yourself one of these pumps and just go to town.
the desert.
Go to the desert.
I was thinking to myself on the way up, I was like, you know what? No matter what we do today, we're going to make it to the top of our world. Maybe not me world.
I think a week in the 45-degree desert heat is starting to get to our heads.
Yeah, okay, then straight on. One tire, there, and then next one. Yeah, perfect. Whoa! Perfect.
Remember when I mentioned things getting too hairy? Well, this obstacle might be the tipping point. Only one way to find out just what these machines and ourselves are truly capable of.
Hug this side as much as you can, okay? Stop. Bike rack's on the ground.
Am I going straight?
Yeah. Good. This way. Might have to give it a foot. I am so glad it's not
Okay, let it roll. Let it roll back. Roll back a bit. This way a little bit. Crawl up the first hump. No, you already went over it. Just turn your wheel to the left a little bit. Yeah, perfect. And then you can crawl the first bit up. Flex. Okay, stay there. Tony, get out of the way. Perfect. You are literally
We're just looking at the rest of the trail here, and I just found some U-joint caps, so that's an indication of how gnarly this trail can get.
What an epic feeling conquering our biggest obstacle to date. There's no time to waste though, with the sun setting low on the horizon, and it's on to the next obstacle.
Driver and keep going. Back passenger's about to go up right now. Your backside driver right now. Oh, and you're
There you go. You're gonna have to do that when you get in the cockpit. Watch your lift the wheel, buddy, but it's coming.
Tires chirp deep into the evening on the Moab slick rock, and by the time we make it to the top, the sun has set, leaving us with only a few moments to soak in the glory of our accomplishment. But these moments are the ones we have been dreaming of for years, and nothing could come close to dampening our spirits.
Oh! Oh! Holy! It just scared of heights. Oh my god! I'm not scared of heights, and it's terrifying.
Oh my god.
Holy!
I know I wanted to go skydiving, but no.
The following morning, we are rewarded with incredible views of Fisher Valley, Onion Creek, and the La Salle Mountains.
Alright guys, so we just finished Top of the World Trail. One of the most intense trails we've ever done, but it just goes to show that you don't need 35s, you don't need lockers. Both of our vehicles are on 33s with open diffs, minimal skid plates, and it was a struggle at sometimes, but I mean with proper spotting, taking it slow, you can do just about anything. So that would be my advice, getting out of the vehicle, looking at your line, planning accordingly, and you can do a lot of things, you'd be surprised. But anyway, this wraps up our Utah video. We're so glad you guys watched. Take care, guys.
Thank you so much for watching our Utah series. We hope you enjoyed. If you like the videos we produce, please consider liking and subscribing to our channel, and we'll catch you in the next episode.